compelling evidence must be that you talk to her.
Yes, and she talks to others through me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, what surprised me, I mean, our main subject today is the 3 books or booklets that you wrote, where some transcripts of channelings can be found. And I only read one, which is Gaia Speaks, and I just finished it before the show. And the interesting thing for me is that the language of the planet is not very different from the language to a human. Is this because she's talking through you?
Yes.
So she's using your knowledge of the world to express what she wants to say. Uh-huh.
Yeah. When anyone channels, it is their energy as well as the energy of the being that is coming through. And the being that is coming through can only use what you've got in your brain.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so if, for example, I have in the past channeled Melchizedek. Now, there are other people that channel Melchizedek, but the channelings have a different slant according to what's in that person's mind that Melchizedek can use.
I see.
So if I was more of a scientific nature, then probably my channelings would be much more interesting to people who are scientific, because it would contain more information for them. What comes through in the channelings I do is the heart, is the love, because that's what I'm here on the planet, is expressing that love. So it's easy for Gaia to show her love and her heart through me, because that's part of my makeup, if you like. It's part of who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it that the planet, or Gaia, or Earth, wants to tell us through you and other people?
Basically about. Can I read some?
Yes, please do so.
There's a little bit here which I think is very relevant to us today, that she has brought through, and what she says is, I don't judge, but when you judge, you create an energy which is very low frequency. If you want to stop the destruction of the rainforests, try to love the ones destroying them. Some of you like to fight those who pollute the planet, but look at the energy you create when you fight. I'm not saying that you just sit down and let it happen, but when you fight, you create an energy that is not conducive. It creates lower frequency. When you send your letters of protest, write them in love. Write humorous letters. Write letters with little pictures. Write them in an energy which is conducive to you in your truth. You are enlightened beings. Write your letters in that energy. Do it all in love. And I think that's a great lesson that Gaia is teaching us, is that she holds no judgment about what's happening to her. And, we are the ones that sit around sort of going, oh God, this shouldn't be happening and that shouldn't be happening, and isn't this awful? And when we do that, what she is saying is, it is actually all about energy. And so when you judge, you're creating an energy which is lower frequency, when what she is trying to do is to raise her frequency. Yeah?
Yeah. And it requires for us to raise our frequency with her, as I understand.
It's in a way, it's a symbiotic relationship. I don't know if anyone's ever, if you've ever talked to anybody who calls themselves a light worker. Well,
yes.
Yeah, right. Well,
yes.
we are beings that carry we are the light. I mean, the Elohim are very good. When in one of the books, the Elohim come through about how we can create, that we are the beings of light. And even in the Bible it says, don't hide your light.
Yeah.
And so we can anchor in that light. And in anchoring in that light into the earth, we assist the earth in changing, in holding a higher frequency energy. Now when we do that, and she changes her frequency and she becomes a lighter, finer being herself. This is what I call ascension. This is about changing our energy into something which is not just third dimensional. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a very kind of sketchy a sketchy kind of look at it all, because if I go into it in more depth, then we could be here for hours.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's only the beginning. So
yeah,
whatever you can't.
I'm just giving you a sketch of it. That it's a symbiotic relationship, and she needs us, but we also need her.
In this little piece that you read now, Gaia says that we should give up judging.
Yes.
Now, later on, she comes to talk about light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
And she very clearly says that we have to decide which side we're on.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean that one side is bad and the other side is good, or what does it mean?
No, the light and the dark is all one stuff. Okay, but in the past, what we have done is we've kind of lived, if you like, in the darkness, in the dark ages, and we have to make a choice about our energy. Now, we can have negative or positive thoughts. And I know this because when I was going through, my life was full of depression, so most of my thoughts would be very negative. If somebody said to me, "Isn't it a lovely sunny day?" I would be saying, "Yeah, but the rain's coming." I would find a way of, in a sense, pulling the energy of that whole conversation down because of my own negativity. And what Gaia is asking us to do is to choose the more positive, is to choose the light. So that even if we don't feel very positive, we begin to choose more positive thoughts. There is no difference between light and dark, but we as humans have to make a choice about whether we're going to stay in that negativity or whether we're going to begin to think positive. When you think positive, then there's less fear. And fear is the heaviest or the darkest energy there is on the planet. And at some point we have to redress the imbalance there is on the planet. And one of the ways that Gaia, I believe, is showing us is to begin to think more positively.
I see. So light and dark is really the same stuff, but
yeah,
it's just more of the same stuff, or
well, in one of the other booklets, I was reading about the light and the dark, and I didn't mark it to read it to you now, I'm afraid. But it really is about how you choose to live, and we can live with fear, and if you like, the darkness, as we have done. Or we can begin to choose something that is different, yeah? And be more, if you like, more proactive rather than reactive. to be less of a victim.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, I'm still not sure if I get this light and dark thing.
Oh, I wish I could find it.
Yeah, but I can see where you get to. So
it's all God. In a sense, it's all God. So light and dark are all part of the same thing. It's just it's a different way of communicating it. Now, don't forget, too, that when Gaia is speaking to people, she is speaking to whoever's in the room. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, if she feels that whatever those people are needing is what will come through. Yeah, so she will talk about light and dark to one lot of people, or she will talk about positive, negative to another group of people. It's what that group of people will understand.
I see.
But there is no dark, there is no evil. It's all part of our own, we are the creators, so we can create whatever we like. Can I read you another bit?
Yeah.
Thank you. This is a bit longer. Okay, is that all right?
Yes.
But this is from the Elohim, and the Elohim are the beings who, they explain themselves anyway, but they are assisting the earth at this time, and they love us so much. Their whole energy is a really incredibly high divine energy. So when they talk to us, they are seeing things from a very different perspective, although it will come through using the words in my brain, okay?
Okay, so this is from the book Earth's Friends in Higher Places?
Yes.
All right.
And this one, this says that we, the Elohim, have never had human bodies because we chose to stay close to the source in a more original form, because we knew the time would come when you might need to be reminded. We agreed to support you. You cannot believe how much we admired your decision. You have concepts of us in your churches, flying around the throne of God, and to that they mean the little cupids, the little, seraphim and cherubim that fly around.
All right.
If only you knew, you should be sitting on the throne. It is not one separate being who created all this so that you could be a little chess piece to be moved at will. You created all this. When you said, let us have trees, we helped you create trees. You want to see us when you ask to create for you a partner. You are not always very specific about what you really want. When you feel that you are small and powerless, then unconsciously you would create that which you are comfortable with. You then complain because your creation is small and powerless.